I don't have to depend on a woman to take care of me, or I don't have to depend on something to benefit me, because I was programmed in that position. So it was kind of like a gift and a curse. It was a blessing. It kept me strong emotionally and spiritually, and I became a better man because of it. And I'm happy it happened, the way it did.
Yeah, no, I definitely can relate to that, and it kind of touches upon what's going on in terms of society too, because I mean it is kind of like a buzzword, that masculinity, right?
Yeah.
And it's becoming something that's been talked about. I mean, for me personally, I don't really connect with it, because I feel like a man's role is really based on a bigger purpose, bigger meaning, and it's connected to God, right? Like men and women
Yeah.
have their own roles, and I know it's kind of like a shift, because what's happening is like women are being more empowered, which is great. Like I'm not
Yeah.
misogynistic, right? And it's important for women to really have a voice and really be heard. But I feel like it's almost like it's flipped, right? It's like women
Yeah.
now are in a power position. They're making more money. They're strong. They're doing it independently, and it goes hand in hand with the single moms, right? So like,
Right.
why do I need a man if I could do this on my own? But in the universe, like, and this is my personal opinion, men are supposed to be the provider. They're supposed to be protectors. They're supposed to be in a position
Yeah.
to be able to make sure that a woman is good, and a woman is more catering, nurturing, right? So
Yeah.
it's important to, like, when that conversation kind of comes up, I kind of like hesitant to like really adopt what society wants, because I feel like it's bigger than that. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I can relate. I mean, I done had some debates because like I said, I'm a fitness trainer with women about I can do what a man can do. I can make this money. I say, listen, it ain't about making the money. It ain't about doing what a man can do. It's about what are you really here to do, right? From a individual level, right? One, then from a gender level too. And someone's like, well, what you mean gender roles? I was like, no, that's like as a man, I can't have a period, and I can't conceive a baby. I can have a baby, so I'm not going to try to have that. I'm not going to try to know what it's like to have a menstrual cycle every month. I'm not going to try to understand your hormones when you have a period. I'm not going to try to be that. Also, I believe if someone breaks into our home, I don't anticipate or expect you to take care of me or protect us. I expect the man to do that. That's what's something I feel like a man should be prepared for. Then it was like, well, I can take care of myself. I said, it's not about what you can't do. We know that. What it's about is that each individual, each gender, each energy, masculine, feminine, coming together and helping each other evolve. It's not this, I'm better than you. It's not that I can do this greater. And maybe there are things you can, but it's not about that. And I think that stuff and that narrative sometimes it it breaks it breaks the connection, because yes, women are empowering. I'm all about women empowering. I'm all about adding value and being an asset. But there comes a time where a woman doesn't want to make a decision if she's in power just because she's in power all the time. It comes a time when a woman doesn't want to. I'm not going to expect my girl to get all the groceries from the car and take it to
right,
the home. That's just something. I'm not going to expect her to go out and take the trash out. I wasn't raised that way. I'm
or
not
just
going to
or
expect her to.
just yeah, or just
Yeah,
like pay the bills. Like it's almost
yeah,
like it's a shift. Like women, like, I mean, that's great. Like you want to pursue it, and an example is like, say you date a girl, right? And and this I'll date it back to like college, and the girl is on a path, like her degree is geared and focused on making more money, and then you
yes,
kind of in a position where like, okay, if you have a child with this woman, she's going to potentially make more money than you, right? So one, she might resent you because now she has to take care of this baby, or not be able to leave her job, or have to be with the child, right? And then
yeah,
be resentful towards you because you're not in a position to financially take care of what you guys made together, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, on the relationship level. So I agree that I'm all for women being empowered, but in the terms of
It
like,
has to be some balance, man. It has to be balance. I have several friends. I have a friend now, and I continue to tell you, she probably makes over $400,000 a year. She's 33, 34 years old. She's a single mom. My daughter's 3 years old. And I tell her, I said, you continue to attract men who financially and emotionally can't really do anything for you. But I said, guess what? What do you really want? Is that something you want? Because you continue to attract that. Because when you get the guy you really want, you either say he's boring or you don't want that. So then we got to be aware there's some women who want to take care of a man. They just won't say it. So
right,
they'd rather have that instead of attracting a powerful man, like, someone who can be equally yoked to their power. It might not work for them because it might throws off their balance. Or, there's a documentary on Netflix called I'm Not Your Guru, right? And Tony Robbins is talking to a young lady. She's masculine, she's dominant, she's strong. But he literally puts her in her place in a positive way. And in the interview, she said, I wanted Tony, because here's another girl Tony worked on. He was more vulnerable, more softer with, right? And she was like, why wasn't Tony like that with me? And it was like, for me, it was like an example of what a man can do opposed to what a woman is supposed to do. Like, he was showing her what real masculinity is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like women, most of them can be more emotional and vulnerable than a man can. I tell women all the time, it's a challenge for men to show and express our feelings because we're not wired and programmed that way. Doesn't mean we can't.
right.
So, with all that being said, we ain't got to speak too much on the masculine and the feminine, but I think as a whole, the people listening, like, listen, we need each other. It's not about I'm better than you, you're better than me. No, we need each other. The
100%.
masculine needs the feminine, the feminine needs the masculine. We need to come together. It's not about competing. I don't like that. That bothers me that women compete with men and men compete with women. And I'm against men belittling women and making them feel less than because they're insecure. I don't like that. I'm all about empowering our women, being an asset and lifting them up. And what I've learned, all women really need from a man is they need the empowerment and they need that energy. They don't really need a man for money. But the world makes it think women need us for money. No, they need us for that strength and energy we carry, and we need that loving and nurture they have. We supposed to love our women, and women are supposed to respect us. It's simple.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 100. I agree with that 100% with that. Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate you sharing your insight and your perspective is definitely valued. How can people learn more about what you're currently working on and connect with you?
Well, basically, you can follow me on Instagram at Eric Bigger. I'm on Twitter, Eric_Bigger. I got a few projects I'm working on. I'm putting together some content, some more of a self-help based type of content. Working on a book release soon. I have a podcast, Bigger Talks podcast. You can get that on Apple Music, Spotify. And just follow me, man. There's no one thing or two things. I'm a mental health advocate, so I do emotional boot camps once a month. Partner with LA County Department of Mental Health and Power 106 here in LA. TV appearances, motivation, inspiration, positivity. I'm really here to transform people, whether I'm going to make them laugh, smile, motivate them, inspire them, or keep it real and be authentic. So pretty short, sweet, and to the point for me. You get what you see, but at the same time, I'm a real individual, man. And I think a lot of times in life, people put people on a pedestal and they perceive them based on what they see. But I always say, we got to stop going off what we see and try to understand what's behind what we see, because it's Proverbs 4:7 saying, all you're getting, get understanding. So that's what I try to do each and every day. I try to get understanding of thyself, understanding of things, people, life, what we're in right now.
Yeah.
So, man, I just like I said, I appreciate this space you have us in, and just thank you. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate that, man, and I wish you well. I know this time is a struggle for